Yeah, we're only using it to send the screen.
Oh, okay.
We're live!
We are.
Woo!
After like maybe 6 months.
It hasn't been that long, has it? Oh, jeez. Well, welcome back to another exciting episode of the iTech Show. I am Jared Bodine.
I'm Asher Ridenauer.
And we are here to talk about tech, all the things that nerds love and enjoy, because that's us.
Tech, cars, sometimes comics or cartoons or animation.
Yeah, we you know, it's funny. We have an editor. I think what's the editor's name now? Like
X-editor, maybe?
Well, I know it's always a rotating one, but our most recent one was like Salmonella or something. I don't remember the names. But yeah, apparently he's been like saying like, man, they don't just talk about tech. Like they're talking about like this other stuff. And it's like, yeah, well, we're also like a nerd culture show in a lot of ways too, right?
I mean, yeah, when you say, animation is kind of like, it wouldn't be possible without technology, technically.
I mean, Disney did it without much tech back in the day.
But they still had to have a camera.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And somewhere to play the...
Okay, but you don't have to do it the old school flip book style.
You don't have to
remember
do that
that?
anymore. Yeah.
Did you ever do that when you were a kid when you were bored?
I didn't, but people in my class did.
I love a good
draw.
flip book animation. You can do just stick figures, you know?
Have you seen my handwriting?
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
I mean, with that handwriting, if you were smarter, you could be a doctor.
Yeah.
But you're also not smart enough to be a doctor. So, you know, there's two strikes against you there on that one. Oh man, I am glad to be back. We did have a longer hiatus than usual.
Yeah.
Because you ghosted me once or twice.
Oh yeah, that was definitely what happened. Yeah. Not like you went out of the country.
There was that too, but that was before I went out of the country that you ghosted me.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, basically. You like canceled last minute or something. I don't know.
No, we did it from home, I think.
Yeah, but there was another one after that. Well, anyway.
Was there?
I can show you the texts.
Did you text me?
If you need receipts, I've got receipts.
Okay. All right. I don't remember getting a text from you, but it's possible.
The week before I left, I was trying to get one done and we didn't. But that's okay.
Okay, maybe.
You said you like made up a doctor's appointment as an excuse. Something like that.
Doctor?
Yeah. Boy, you don't remember your own excuses?
No, I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, right. Well, anyway.
You see the dates on these. Okay, anyways, what do you have for today?
There's a lot of cool things, but one of the things that caught my eye this morning on local news is I think we've turned a corner with Teslas in culture and society, because I remember every time something would happen with a Tesla in an accident or something, the headline would always be like, Tesla car does this, Tesla owner drives into that, or whatever. Yeah, it was always the story was about the fact that it was a Tesla, even though it could have been like an irresponsible driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this morning I was on the treadmill running my 5K.
Sure.
Because as I do. And at the gym, they have a TV set up on the wall, and it was like channel 3. I don't know, one of those local news channels. I don't even remember what channel it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed footage of a car, and all it said on the bottom was, car drives into public pool. And then I saw the footage of it, and it was a Tesla.
And they didn't say Tesla?
It was a Model 3. Because I'm enough of a nerd that I just look at a Tesla model. I'm like, oh, that's a 3. That's a Y. That's an X. That's an S.
Since I've been looking to buy cars, I can do the same thing. Yeah. It's kind of sad.
Oh, man. Driving around Europe, everywhere I went, I'm like, wow, there's Tesla. I even saw they had yellow Tesla taxi cabs all over. Where was it? I was like Budapest, I think. I saw them everywhere in Budapest.
Huh.
It was awesome. I got a picture. I got some selfies.
Oh, really?
With a Model Y. Like, you know, that like yellow taxi cab, yellow. Yeah. With like the black and white checker design that I thought was more like of a New York thing, but
they have it out.
They were all just like that. And there was like some really nice Teslas with that exact color. And they looked factory. Like it was awesome. They looked gorgeous.
Okay.
So I got some pictures with those. But anyway, so I was seeing that news, and it's like, this was a Tesla.
And they didn't say Tesla.
That drove into a public pool. Like the kind of like where kids pay $5 for a day.
Like one of those pools? I was thinking like a pond.
No. Like when like you know how some like high schools will have like a swimming pool they use for their students, but then in the summers they open them up for the public. It was like one of those kind of pools somewhere here in the valley. And nowhere did it say Tesla.
Huh.
And so obviously it wasn't on self-driving, because it wouldn't have happened if it was on self-driving.
I mean, I guarantee you that the driver blamed self-driving.
No, they apparently didn't, according to what I saw.
Really?
No, yeah. But you know, the other thing too is people have always been saying, "Oh, Teslas blow up. You get them wet and they just incinerate." Right?
Yeah, don't they have protections now?
That car was submerged in the pool for a while. I saw emergency workers or some crew in the pool with the Tesla. The water, by the way, in the pool was clean. There was no oil. There was no
Oh,
gasoline.
okay.
Nothing leaked into the pool because there was nothing to leak. You don't have a
Fair enough.
combustible engine.
I mean, there's still oil on the, like, motors, though.
Well, like bearings, but those aren't really leaky,
Yeah, they're not really leaky.
right? Yeah, they don't have that kind of oil system.
I don't think the car's gonna work
And
anymore.
no one appeared to be worried about the car engulfing in flames. They strapped it up to and they actually showed, them having it strapped up to, like, a crane type thing, lifted out of the pool, and then put back down on the side. No flames, no combustion, no because people are always saying, "Oh, you get a Tesla
Huh.
wet," and they just explode into fire. This thing drove into a public swimming pool.
I'm I'm kinda more shocked that they were able to get it out with, like, a crane because 'cause they're, like, heavy, right?
Yeah,
Aren't they
well, they had
super
the
heavy?
windows down, and so they strapped it through, like, the roof, which
I'm
I thought
surprised the
was
roof held.
yeah, well, I don't know if there was also supports on the bottom, just from what I saw, and I was across the side of the gym, so I didn't get the best look, but I saw enough. But yeah, they seemed not to be worried about it starting up in flames, and sure enough, it didn't. And the news didn't even talk about the fact that it was a Tesla. And I
Okay.
thought, you know what? We have crossed that barrier finally, because I feel like people have long stigmatized Teslas specifically for
I
whatever
mean,
reason.
I feel like they're still kinda like it's like the Prius cliche. I feel like Teslas are there.
It's a little bit, but the fact the news didn't feel like it was newsworthy enough to mention that it was a
Yeah,
Tesla.
that's true.
No one talked about the explosion worry thing, the batteries are gonna blow up, all that stupid stuff, which was never really true much
I
anyway.
thought it was, like, with the very first
I
models.
mean, it wasn't like a common thing. A couple times those batteries had gone up. Any lithium battery can have what they call thermal incidents,
Yeah.
but so could batteries in a standard hybrid car,
Yeah.
because they have batteries too.
They just need to be, like, really well waterproof.
Yeah, I mean, and even then, it's more about the contacts can't make
Like, connect.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the contacts, not even the whole battery that has to be all that
There just needs to be,
waterproof.
like a braking mechanism, so if they do touch
Yeah.
for, like, 2 milliseconds, it just cuts.
Right. I mean, it's not that and obviously it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, and I
Yeah.
just thought because every time there was an accident that involved a Tesla, even if it was like not in self-driving mode, people would start speculating and talking about Tesla did this and oh, a Tesla was involved in that.
Okay.
And I just thought that to me is like a sign that we're
Okay.
getting there,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah, I would say and so, like, as a Tesla driver, are you, like of course, it was a Model 3.
Mhm.
You're one of those people now?
No.
Of course, it's a Model 3.
Well, the
They can't afford my Model Y.
Model 3s and Ys aren't that far apart from
They
each
aren't.
other
It's
in
like
price.
5, 10 grand more.
Yeah, and even then if it's used, that margin shrinks even
Yeah.
more. And I mean, I right now, those are such successful models, the 3 and the Y. That's why they had officially announced they are shutting down production of the X's and the S
Which
models.
is sad because 'cause I'm not gonna lie.
They're the premium ones. They're
Well,
good.
they look the best too. Because
They
like,
do.
I do want a Tesla,
Yeah.
but, like, they're ugly, in
The
my opinion.
the S puts the S in sexy.
Dude, the S is nice
Yeah.
looking. Like,
I've
it's real nice.
I got to drive a Model S.
Really?
One of my friends, he has Gen 1.
Okay.
I drove that Model 1 Gen S, and, as old as it is, gorgeous.
It's
Glides,
beautiful.
comfortable, responsive, even at its age, it was still felt luxury.
See, it's holding up better than you
Gorgeous.
are.
I'm holding up like a champ. What are you talking about? Plus, I'm younger than you,
I guess for,
so
like, 900, you're doing pretty good.
900 days, yeah.
No.
You're just
Okay,
jealous.
so you went to Europe, right?
Yeah,
This leads me into my next topic,
okay,
okay?
yeah.
France is in Europe, right? Or, like, near there,
The
kind of?
fact that you even have to ask that,
Imma say yes.
I should be shocked at the
Well
question,
well,
but
you're also in I basically cheated my way through geography, but
I can tell.
okay, you also
Yes,
were in
France
Germany.
is very well ensconced in Europe.
Have you heard what France and a small state in Germany did? Or, like
No.
so, they actually and I'm for this, they their government,
Yeah.
France, and then, like, a smaller state in Germany, fully dropped Windows, or 97% dropped Windows.
I've heard about this
Yes.
actually, yes. Yeah.
Now, it does seem like a very French thing to do, not gonna
And
lie.
they're not moving to Macs either.
No, no,
They're
no,
going
they went
Linux.
Linux. They
Yeah.
went custom distro
Yeah,
too.
hardcore. I didn't realize it was custom distro.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
cu I think there's, like I think it's, like, underlying, like, Fedora or Arch or something, but
Oof, that's one of the harder ones to
I don't
work
know
on
yeah, I don't
too.
know what it's
It's more enterprise class though.
yeah.
That's not unusual for enterprise
No,
class.
yeah, 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 not
Yeah.
at all, but yeah, so they did a full switch, they went even the Office products, they went to KDE Office.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing they're running
KDE
the
Office.
only
Wow.
thing they're running
Ah.
Windows on still is, like, a couple and this is their government, so their citizens can still use whatever they want, but
Yeah, oh yeah, but they're talking about the government
yeah,
workstations, their work, the ones that the employees use, the ones that run their servers, everything. It was also the back end stuff
mhm,
too, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You know what their cost went down by for, like, licensing and all that?
Well, I mean, significant, I'm sure.
40%.
I was gonna guess 50. I should have
Yeah,
just guessed before you told me. But I was gonna say about half, like
yeah,
50.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
40%? That's pretty good.
40%, and then I guess the thing that sparked it was Windows 10 ending support.
Oh, when 11 was so strict on device
Yeah, because it,
compatibility?
like, took
Yeah.
out, like, half the market or more than half for a lot of people.
Yeah, but this was government machines. They do device refreshes every 3 years anyway.
Sure.
What do you mean, sure? They do.
There's still the US government has computers that are, like, running Vista still.
Yeah, but that's like not their regular employee workstations. Those
Right,
things are on
it's
a
legacy
regular
devices.
those devices are on like 3 to 4-year refreshes. They really are. The end user ones are. The stuff that is legacy is the stuff that they use running
Yeah,
resources.
but I guess that was one of the big motivations
Yeah,
for it
mostly
'cause
servers, really.
yeah, people don't change out servers because if it works, like, it's
Yeah.
God holding it together.
Right, right. I mean, they will I there are definitely companies that if they get a working server, they will do whatever it takes.
Yeah, like, at my work, we're still using, like, a 4th gen computer as our main server, and then we have a backup server ready to go,
Yeah.
but nobody's wanted to implement it because
Mhm.
anytime you do a change, everything breaks.
Dude, even at my house, I upgraded my computer to, an all white motherboard because that's kind of
Oh,
the new
yeah,
thing right
yeah.
now, white sticks of RAM, white, CPU cooler,
You did this
the
before
AIO.
RAM prices, right?
I did just in
Yeah.
time. I didn't see it coming, it was that time. But I did that, and I had the equipment probably for 5, 6 months before I finally got around to moving over.
Hmm.
And part of it that got me there finally was I bought the stuff probably about, I don't know, like June-ish.
Yeah, because I remember you told me about it when I was
Yeah, it was
interning.
like June of last year maybe,
Yeah,
and I didn't get around to actually getting it set up until about Christmas time. But, October was when 10 went
yeah,
unsupported. So that's what kind of forced me to finally make that switch, and I had to wait till Christmas break because I just didn't have the time.
yeah,
I had to wait for my break period because I was just slammed because I have my full-time job, I have my school I teach and nights and weekends and all that, too much stuff at once. But, so I can relate, and I had to dedicate serious time to that because it's not like when I do it for a customer, I'll do it in an afternoon.
yeah.
I'll back up their files, put the new computer on. I usually will pre-up the computer at home anyway, like in the nights, just
Mhm.
I can let that stuff automate, get the updates and everything in advance in audit mode or whatever. And then, I just transfer their files over. I'm done in an hour.
Yeah.
But my computer is a home server. It's a Plex server, which by the way, there's news about Plex. I got to remind
Okay,
you.
alright.
Remind me to talk about Plex news a
I'll
little
try
later.
to. I know your brain is
A little scatterbrained.
well, it's just old.
Wow. You are really digging in
I'm
these
sorry,
old
but
jokes today.
well, yeah, because 'cause you're talking about, "I went to this country, I went to this country."
What does that have to do with being old? I just took a vacation.
'Cause
That's
I feel like you were probably around before during Pangea.
so I just walked. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, across the Northern Strait Bridge or whatever it was
right.
called.
Right, yeah, before the plates split.
Yeah,
That's how old I am.
makes
I
sense.
remember that. I'm younger than you. What are you talking about?
Uh-huh.
Aren't I?
You called me a fetus, like, last episode.
You are, intellectually.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's true.
But, yeah, so they did fully remove Windows and switch everything to but you know the
So they've
crazy part
completed the transition already.
yeah.
And has there been any feedback on that?
No, I mean, nobody's complained about it. I guess
Okay.
they really, like for end user devices,
Yeah.
they literally made it look almost exactly like Windows, so they didn't have to retrain people.
I mean, that is the nice thing about Linux is if you have the right dedication, the right staff, and
I
the
mean,
right technical
yeah.
prowess, you can make it look any way you want.
Mint looks just like Windows, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, I wouldn't say just
The
like.
menus are a little different, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they did that. No, I haven't heard too much complaining. My main thing would be cybersecurity for them. What?
No, I'm looking and reading my second story. I was gonna talk about the Plex thing.
Okay.
Are we ready for that?
Yeah, ready.
Okay. Are you familiar with Plex?
No, not at all.
Well, you
I use
use
Jellyfin, but yeah,
Jellyfin, right?
it's basically better
Right.
version of
And I
Plex.
know we've talked about it a little bit on this show, but not everyone listens to every episode faithfully. So, Plex is for anyone who wants to make their own private instance of like Netflix for yourself.
Yeah,
You provide your files, they provide the database and the web interface, the GUI.
Jellyfin's just the free version because 'cause I'm broke.
Yeah, well, Plex can be free too.
Kind
Yes,
of,
it can. When
kind of.
when I started with Plex,
It
I used
back in, like, the '80s.
it didn't what the 80s. How old do you think I am again? No, so I started with Plex years ago. Though I was an early adopter of Plex. Actually, I don't even know if I was that early adopter. I mean, because it had been around a while before I finally got into it. But um, when I got into Plex, I was just using the free version for quite a while. And the main reason I upgraded to a paid version of it was because I wanted to do offline
I
synchronization.
was gonna say, don't you have to do that for offline and then also for, like, ad removal? Because it shows
There's no ads.
I
If you
thought it
put
shows it in the background now.
only if you're using their content, not if you provide your own.
No, I don't mean during, like, playing stuff, but I mean, like, your library. Doesn't your library
Never.
show ads now?
I've never seen that.
Well, you have the paid version.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've never seen that. I don't think it does.
I know that there was a whole uproar about, like, ads with something going on
Not
with
with
them.
Plex.
Are you sure?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Not that I know of. I don't know. And I have a friend who's on the free version, and he's never said anything. I'll have to ask.
Is that our mutual friend?
It is.
He uses the free version.
Well, he was.
I was gonna say, I don't think he uses free anything.
He's currently moved over to the monthly plan, but this is what I
Okay.
wanted to talk about. So my friend, another friend that you don't know,
Okay.
he's the one that actually turned me on to Plex because I had a pretty good library of videos and music and just multimedia in general. And I was using my home computer as a server, but I was only using it to stream within my home network.
Okay.
I'd store everything on my computer, and then I had an entertainment PC with my TV in my family room, and that was how I'd watch my content, like with a
Okay.
PC in
Yeah.
that room, right? And it was great. Before I had Plex, I would just go to the database or the folder. As a shared folder, just go to the shared folder,
Yeah,
whatever.
and then open it
Yeah,
up.
and I did try and use Windows Media Player.
Oh god.
Windows they had this like Windows Home Theater platform once upon a time.
Um, it's probably gone now.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't used any of that stuff for a while.
Windows Media Player is like the
It wasn't media player
whole
specific. It was a separate like Windows Home Theater player type of.
mm.
It was a long time ago, but this was like Windows 7 era. So it was a while ago. But anyway, I it may be up to 8. Actually, I still used a little bit in 8, I think. But but the big thing was that was when I got my iPad and started doing more offline stuff and synchronizing videos that I wanted to watch through iTunes on my computer
Oh, yeah.
onto my iPad became kind of annoying.
Yeah, that's a painful
And I thought
process.
it'd be easier if I could just have it synchronize wirelessly with my computer, and Plex offered that. And Plex had this cool feature where if I'm watching a series, I could say, "All right, always synchronize the next 3 unwatched episodes of this show."
Oh,
And so
okay.
every time I go home in the background, whenever it connected to the network, it would just automatically mark the ones I watched for the day as played, remove them from my synchronized folder,
Okay.
see how many I'm supposed to bank, like 3 episodes forward, and then re-push those out to my iPad. It was like automatic. I loved it. It was amazing, but I had to pay for that feature.
Yeah, I can imagine,
And
yeah.
I don't like the idea of the monthly system. I hate monthly subscriptions,
Subscriptions suck, and
right?
everything's a
Yeah.
subscription now.
And Plex was onto that years ago. I mean, this was back when Netflix costs $8 a month.
I wish it still did.
I know, right? That was when I got into Plex, and I'm like, But then they had a thing called a lifetime Plex
Yeah, they still
pass.
have it.
Well, that at the time
It was
was
like
like
100 bucks, right?
79
Oh,
bucks when I first got into it, and I'm like, $79? My friend told me, he says, "Trust me, it's worth it. Just get the lifetime." I said, "All right," and I did. And sure enough, I got so much use out of it. And then the price went up to like 120. A year ago, it went up to
It's like 250.
$250. So I just saw an email that my friend got
Okay.
today. He was talking to me about this. He called me and said, "Is this true?" And I'm like, "I don't know. What are you talking about?" So he sent me the email. Read the first paragraph out loud.
Wait for this is a reminder that starting July 1st, 2026, the price of new lifetime Plex Pass will increase to $749.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
$749. At that point, I'd rather pay for Netflix.
Yeah, why would you
Isn't that insane?
who's spending 750 on Plex?
I asked my friend, I was like, "Can you send me that email? Because that almost doesn't even look real. Because it's 250.
Yeah,
It went up from 80 to 120 to 250, and then from 250 to 750? A $500
also,
increase out of nowhere?
like, don't get me wrong, Plex is nice, but, like, 750, I would rather pay for a subscription platform.
Yeah. Now it
'Cause
says if you're already a lifetime.
well, yeah, it's just gonna grandfather
Right.
you
I'm
in.
grandfathered forever, and I paid $80 for it, which, was it was a long time ago. It was probably 11, 12 years ago.
Okay.
So it was a while ago, and we've had a lot of inflation, but
Best
that's.
80 bucks you've ever spent, though.
Yeah, that I got my money's worth and then some out of that.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. I've recommended to my customers to get Plex and pay the Plex Pass lifetime. I have recommended that for a few of my customers that it made sense for. I don't know if I can in good consciousness tell
That's
them
what I'm saying, Jellyfin.
750.
Jellyfin's open source?
I might have to start look. I've never played with Jellyfin, and
It
here's my concern. I've already got Plex up and running. If I add Jellyfin, is that gonna cause
it shouldn't.
any issues on top of the same files, the same data? Because they're gonna be overlapping. I'm not making a second instance of every media file I
No,
have.
yeah, that makes sense. I don't see why it would, because all you do in Jellyfin is point it to a directory.
Yeah, but it
It's
can affect files.
it can't I don't think it can read them. I think it can only write.
You mean the other way around? It can't
Or,
write, it can
yeah, it
only
can
read?
only read. Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's not true. I don't know if that's true with Jellyfin. I know with Plex, it does. It doesn't automatically all the time. It
Um,
it touches the metadata. I
I was
know
gonna say,
that.
I know it will touch the
But
metadata.
you can also delete files out of the Plex user interface.
Well, you know what? You
So
you can do that in Jellyfin, so it can.
right. And so I'm worried about putting a Jellyfin server on top of my existing Plex server. Do those 2 play well together? I might have to research this
I
because
would
I
yeah.
wanted I wanna experiment with Jellyfin, and now that pl if this email looks
Yeah,
legit.
no, that does look legit.
I I thought it can't be, and I went on to their blog, and they did say on their website, it said, "Yes, the price is increasing," but it didn't give me this number. That's why I asked my friend to send me this email, because
Hmm.
their website that I went to, all I got was the message that the price was increasing, but it wouldn't affect me because and if I well, at first it just said the price is increasing, didn't say a number. Then when I went to log in, or there's like a thing that says click more here, but I had to sign in. Once I signed in, it says, "Oh, you're good. Your lifetime."
Mm.
But I'm like, "Well, I wanted to verify
Yeah.
independently this number."
That's a crazy number.
That is an insane number. I can't recommend this to people anymore.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even have like, Jellyfin wouldn't be such a pain for me if, the computer I was using for my TrueNAS
Yeah,
actually worked.
yeah.
Because part of why my Jellyfin is so annoying is because my TrueNAS CPU has something wrong with it, so anytime it enters a sleep state, it crashes.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, and it's like CPU hardware level, so it's
Well, and the thing I like about Plex too is I have a dual server set up. So my computer, which is always running, is the Plex server, but I also have all of my files synchronized as a backup on my network to a network attached storage that's always also running. And it is a NAS that is compatible with Plex. So it is
yeah.
also a Plex server. So if one of the two goes
What share
down,
do you use?
what do you mean?
Like, with Plex? Well, do you just oh, I guess you store everything on the same computer, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, so that other that the NAS is its own Plex server. It's independent.
Yeah, okay, that makes
So
sense.
if my computer sleeps or gets turned off or whatever, I can still access all my content as long as it's been synchronized to my NAS. I can watch content on both independently of each other. So if one is unavailable, I can go to the other. I use my computer as the primary one because it's got more processing power, obviously. NASs aren't typically the strongest for like real-time rendering.
Yeah, like, doing stuff on?
Yeah, but my NAS, even though it's starting to get a little old at this point, is still rocking as a Plex server.
Do you
It's
have, like, an
amazing.
actual NAS, or did you build,
Oh, no, it's a
like
real one. It's
okay.
QNAP.
Okay, so I have, like, some jank
Yeah, yours is
oh,
different.
mine is
Yeah.
mine is, like, strapped together with broken parts.
Yeah.
The power button on the case doesn't work, so I have 2, like, cables going
Yeah.
out the back that you jump together to start
Well,
it.
I paid a little bit of money for that
Oh, I
NAS.
bet.
Yeah, but, the NAS itself wasn't the crazy expense. Really, it was the drives
Yeah. Well,
because
that's kinda always
I
how it
have
is.
12 terabyte drives in there.
How many do you have?
4.
Yeah, I have 15, like,
So,
2 terabyte,
yeah,
4
but
terabyte.
I've got 4 drives that give me 48 terabytes.
Yeah, I
It's pretty
don't
good. They're not full anymore. My drives were full. I had to do something serious, and that was like yeah.
okay,
And that should hopefully last me another few years.
okay. I with mine, it's, like, a mixture of drives because I don't wanna spend money on it.
So, are you using, like, a JBOD system
No, it
for,
still is rated, but I just have different, like, shares. So I have, like,
uh,
1 share for TrueNAS, which is, like,
ugh, I hate doing
8
that.
terabytes, then I have another one for Jellyfin, which
Yeah.
is another 8.
So, NAS, in case we're speaking a little too
Oh,
nerdy for
yeah, yeah.
people, network attached storage is just like having a USB like a USB external drive that you use backups to, but it's over your network instead of through a USB connection. So that way any device on your network can access it.
Yeah,
That's all NAS is.
and then there's SAM. Is it SAM, like, it just sends data differently?
Well, that's like yeah.
Storage attached network or something?
Yeah, but that SAN is
It's
more
like a
like
different
it's a
thing.
protocol. It's not a physical piece of
Is it? I
hardware,
thought it was
isn't it? Maybe I'm thinking of two different things.
maybe it is. No, because I know that it sends data differently. Like, instead of doing, like,
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it's like a
instead of yeah,
protocol.
instead of doing, like, certain amount, it does blocks of, like,
Yeah.
bigger blocks than
Yeah, it's more like a backup. I don't know.
yeah, I
It's
think
it's not
I
what
know
we're
I
doing.
know corporations use them more than
Yeah,
but yeah, so with my NAS, it's just my NAS is the problem, not my Jellyfin server, but since my Jellyfin server is its own dedicated hardware and not a NAS, they
it's
talk
fine.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I might go that route, and I would say if you're a person who's already gotten into Plex, it's
Stay
still
there apparently.
it's still worth paying the 250 for the lifetime if you're already going that route. I would say it's worth it, but
750 now.
I would do it before 750, and I
Yeah.
would not recommend it afterwards. And it makes me wonder why are they making such a dramatic increase?
Honestly, I think it's because they you know how, like, they used to be kinda like Jellyfin where it was like, you can make it work, but it's not natively supported?
Well,
I
yeah,
feel like once they got supported by, like, everything, the
maybe.
price started going up.
My thinking, see, this is my concern. I'm thinking, why does it have to be that dramatic? I think they might be in financial trouble.
You think?
It's so dramatic to me. I'm like, are they trying to bail themselves out of trouble?
I don't see how they could be because I know that they're doing good.
I would think so, but that's my concern is this move
It
doesn't
is,
seem like a cash grab. It seems like a desperate plea. Like
yeah,
we
that's true.
need funds fast. But I think it's a bad move.
So do I.
It's gonna be bad. I think they're gonna have it's gonna dry up. And maybe it's because they like the recurring monthly model. They don't want people to sign up for the lifetime and pay like what I did,
Although,
nothing
I
forever.
mean,
I think
with
they're trying to force you into the monthly subscription model by making
that's
it
what I was kinda
ridiculous.
thinking, but
But then
also,
why not just not offer a lifetime Plex Pass
when you
anymore
think
at that
about it,
point?
though, like, when you think about it, they could be in financial trouble because like, Plex is more of a like, yeah, it does have a consumer side to things, but you kinda gotta know what you're doing if you wanna use
Yeah.
the full aspect of it, and you have to have files too. You don't have to.
See, that's the thing. If I'm gonna pay
Like,
$750, you better start providing me the content
like,
because Plex
you better
is
load me up with some
yeah.
videos, dude, or something.
Well, so one of the things that Plex does do now is they do have content. If
Yeah,
my server is offline and I
you can
still go
watch
into
stuff, yeah.
Plex, they have stuff for you there. But it's like the same stuff you get from Tubi and those other freebie apps.
Yeah.
It's not premium content that you're paying for in Disney Plus or in Netflix and stuff like that.
Mm,
So it's not worth it to me. I would not pay for a Plex Pass for the free content they provide because
yeah.
that's the kind of stuff you can get free on these other apps all over any streaming device you have.
I mean, you can also just, like there's definitely I'm not gonna recommend it, but there definitely is sites you can just go to that are completely
Yes.
free and
Yes.
definitely don't look like,
No,
uh
I know what you're getting at.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I can say it on air, but there's one that's, like, super easy to do. and it's from an official site, and all you do is go in the URL and put play in front of it,
Oh, is that
and it
right?
loads any movie. It's great.
Yeah, tell me off air.
It doesn't have the best quality, but,
Okay, yeah. But, that's the thing, right?
like, I don't get how
uh,
they're wanting to charge this much when
there's no explanation. I mean, they do say they offer a lot of premium features, there's benefits to it, but it doesn't explain the dramatic spike in price. It explains why it's not a free
yeah.
product. If they went up to even 300, I'd be like, "Yeah, yeah, maybe," but 750?
Yeah, I know.
I thought my friend was messing with me until I saw that email
So you run it
confirmed.
on Windows too, huh?
Yes. I looked into doing Linux because I thought it might be more stable, but configuring it for Linux is a
It's
nightmare.
painful. I've done it. I've done it
Nightmare.
3 times, actually.
Yeah, it's much easier on Windows, and honestly, it's stable enough on my Windows.
So I will say, I was actually so since I'm trying to go into networking as a profession,
Mhm.
most networking uses, like, Fedora's language, like, that
Yeah.
kinda back end.
Yeah.
So I've been using Fedora on my laptop. Like,
Oh,
I fully removed Windows. I went full Fedora and
good on you.
set up a VM with Windows in
O
case I need to
okay.
use Windows for, like,
Yeah, for
compatibility.
the off
Mhm.
times. You didn't wanna do dual boot? You wanted a VP
I did
a
dual boot.
virtual instead?
Dual boot is, like, the most painful because it's the same drive.
Well, yeah, but when the grub loader loads, you just say, "Choose
Well, so
Windows instead of
that's
this."
one of the problems is when Windows doesn't update, the BCD makes it priority occasionally, depending on how big the update is, instead of the grub loader.
Oh.
And then when Fedora, because Fedora, you know how there's 43, 44,
Mhm.
whatever. So it just updated to 44. Every single time I installed a new Fedora update that was, like, major like that, I'd have to go through, rebuild the grub menu with the new kernel,
Oh,
go through and manually edit out the kernel version. It was, like, the worst thing ever. I did it from 42 to 43.
that's why I don't like dealing with Linux still, because of that weird stuff that you always have to deal with.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, even Windows dual booting will sometimes do that though, where the BCD will overwrite itself.
Not really. I mean, because in the control panel, there's very easy graphical user interface to just say, "This is my priority OS. This is how long you prompt to give me that question." It's a quick and easy
I
fix.
mean, yeah, you can do the same thing through the grub menu. It is CLI, but it's, like,
Yeah.
very straightforward,
Yeah,
so
but I don't know.
but, yeah,
It's
so
harder.
I went full Fedora. I will say Fedora server, like, it's free, it's a free install.
Mhm.
Love it. The
Really?
GUI looks great.
What about the user,
N no,
experience
that's what
as
yeah.
but you're using the server or using the
So I
laptop
use
end
both.
user?
So I use both.
Okay, so talk about the end user side for Fedora, because I tried it for 2 months and I hated my life.
So end user side of things,
Yeah.
it's alright. Installing stuff is, like, a pain.
Oh, yeah.
You have to use command line.
And getting biometrics from my laptop to work with it
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
no.
absolute nightmare. I tried to get a fingerprint reader to
Yep, nope,
work.
nope. I
Disaster.
cannot get my fingerprint reader to work,
Right.
but
Yep.
I did set up Face ID.
Oh, that's impressive.
So,
My
yeah.
computer didn't support that anyway, so I didn't even
Well, no,
try.
so if I used it, I didn't so with my laptop, I'm pretty sure the Windows Hello camera is broken
Yeah.
because with Linux,
Well, then how'd you do
so that's
Face
the
ID
thing.
with a broken
So that's
camera?
the thing.
What?
So I have a Windows Hello camera, which is
Yeah.
IR, and then I have a normal camera.
Yeah, yeah.
So with Linux, you can, like, obviously, you can see what your IR camera is seeing if you want to.
Mhm.
So I did that, and, like, in the middle of my IR reader, it's just black. Like,
Mhm.
where your face is normally gonna be is full black, and then the sides you can see light.
Okay.
So I was like, "That's kinda weird," because it would not recognize my face, like, at all.
Yeah.
In Windows too, it won't do it. So I was like, "Okay, IR reader's not gonna work. Let's switch it to my main camera for Face ID," and that works.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. I used like a third party, it's called Howdy. Yeah.
Instead of hello, howdy.
Yep.
That's cute.
So Howdy, you can install it, and then you can just, like, manually configure it. It doesn't have, like, the greatest Face ID,
Mm.
but what I did was I added 3 different you can, like, add in multiple in case you want multiple people to log in.
But to be able to do all that for an average end
Yeah,
user,
no, it's not
that's why
happening.
people aren't using Linux at
Yeah.
home still.
No, I will
That
say, like
that's the stuff that just like, "Erg."
yeah. I will say if you're not trying to do, like, that stuff and you're just using internet browsing,
Yeah.
well, first off, I would not touch Fedora. I
No.
would go Mint all the way.
No, yes, I
Mint or
agree.
Ubuntu. Even I
Yeah.
would probably go Mint.
Mint is probably one of the easier ones. I've heard people say Pop! OS
Yeah, Pop! OS,
is really
and
good.
if you want that Windows feel, I don't like Zorin because you have to pay for Zorin if you want it to look like Windows or Mac
Mhm.
OS.
Yeah.
But I will say I've used free versions of Zorin, made it look like Windows manually.
Mm,
It does have that Windows feel
yeah.
to it.
I think someone told me that Kubuntu. It's like Ubuntu with a K in front,
I
Kubuntu.
think I've heard of it
It's a
before.
distro that, that I know some other organizations use, and they say that they have very little issue with people struggling on the learning curve with that, for
Believe
what
it,
it's worth.
do you know Bazzite?
No.
It's
Sounds like some sort of, like, mineral from a Marvel movie that
basically,
some superhero has a staff made out of or something.
it's think of like Pop OS, but like Pop OS's competitor.
Oh, okay.
So, because Pop OS, the whole thing behind Pop OS is driver support, it's meant for gaming.
Yeah,
Even though it looks like Chrome OS almost,
it really does.
Bazzite is like a gaming one, but it feels like Chrome OS too.
Oh, okay. So more specifically geared towards the gaming
Yeah.
community, because Linux gaming, no one who's a real gamer is like, "I wanna build a
I
Linux
I
machine."
want that so bad. Like, if I could, I would drop Windows today if EAC worked in like, if
Explain EAC.
EAC is easy anti-cheat, it's the engine that, like, Epic uses and a bunch of other different games use for catching cheaters.
Yeah,
It's kernel level, so that means it's, like,
right.
the part in between the hardware and
And
software.
if you don't have it, you can't play the game online
Yeah,
because it's a way to make sure that only people online are not
cheating, yeah.
cheating. Yeah,
So and then there's Vanguard too, which is Riots or whatever Riots is called.
and you have to get all of them. You have to get all of them if you wanna be able to go from one game to another, like,
Yeah,
you pretty much have to get them all.
yeah, and, like, they don't have support for Linux yet. I hope it's
Mm.
in the works,
Which is
but
surprising considering that the Steam Deck is so much of a thing.
so, yeah, I have a Steam Deck, and
So you can't play those games?
s technically, you kinda can.
Okay,
There's, like, back
but not out of the
no,
box.
it's basically like trying to get a game that's not supported on macOS on
See,
macOS.
I thought that maybe the Steam Deck would help move that technology into Linux better, but it doesn't seem to be doing
It
that.
well, so with SteamOS, Steam fully supports it. Any game on Steam, you can basically play on the Steam Deck. Like, there
Okay,
is restrictions to it, but I think it's hardware restriction. I don't think it's, like,
okay,
antivirus.
okay.
Or I mean, not antivirus, kernel, anti-cheat.
Yeah, any
But,
cheat.
yeah, because like, here's the weird thing, so I play a lot of Rocket League, right? If you play on Epic
Still?
oh,
That
yeah.
game is old school.
Dude, it's like 10 years old.
Yeah.
If you play on Epic, it uses EAC. If you play on Steam, it uses some other one because you can play it on Linux.
Okay.
But Steam versions is no longer like, you can't buy it anymore. You have to go through Epic.
Oh,
So you have to have,
okay.
like, a legacy version.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Mm. Well, not a problem for me because I just don't
No, yeah,
I'm not gaming
but
anymore.
if you're doing some server stuff, I will say Fedora server, love it.
It's pretty much an industry standard at this point.
Yeah,
Well, Red
well
Hat
yeah.
is really what they use. Like, if you're gonna be if you wanna go into server maintenance, you need
Mm,
to learn Red Hat, but Red Hat and Fedora
are
are
basically the same.
basically the same kernel level. Like,
Yeah,
they're slightly skinned up differently. Red Hat is more the enterprise, whereas Fedora is more like the small office, home office
yeah,
version
so
of it.
that's why I went with Fedora, but the thing is Fedora server, like, you can get a free one. Dude, the best GUI I've had out of any of them when it comes because it's CLI, it's meant to run headless,
Yeah.
but when you log into the web user interface, you get terminal, it'll auto check for updates and install them. You get, like, bunch of different stuff.
So I will say that when I installed Fedora on my laptop and I
Mhm.
tried to use it for a while, I did like the overall look of the GUI. It was kind of fresh. It
Did
felt nice, but just the functionality that I needed from it wasn't there, and it was so frustrating. It wasn't worth it to
I
me.
will say, it's like, if you can get it to work, 10 out of 10. Getting it to work, like, you will put
Yes,
your head through a wall.
and I'm enough of a techie person that I shouldn't struggle as much as I did with it,
No, it's bad, like,
right?
dude, I'm, like, every 5 seconds like, I was gonna install Rustdesk.
Uh-huh.
When you go to install Rustdesk, so you'd think because when you double click on the file, it opens up your, like,
Mhm.
installer, you click install local bundle, and it just, like, line goes across, and then it just does nothing.
And if you do Rustdesk on a Debian
Oh, it
Linux,
works.
it works
Yeah.
much easier.
Yeah,
It's so much more painless.
yeah, but so what you end up having to do is, like, install Flatpak, then install
Yes.
using Flatpak, then install Rustdesk using a
Uh-huh.
URL. It's like
It's multi-tiered. It's a nightmare.
anything you want to install, just do CLI. There's no point in trying to use any installer.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I tried to install Steam. Nope.
I would say moral of the story here, kids, just stay away from Linux. still. If
No, I'd
you
say Mint. Mint's alright.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm being a little bit of a I
I was gonna
I
say, don't you guys specialize with that kinda?
we do distribute a lot of Linux devices, and I do tell people this machine is fine. I guess it depends on what kind of user you are. If we have someone come to us and say, "I'm going to college, I need a device for class," unless they're going into like a cybersecurity class or a server maintenance class, I would not recommend Linux for that use
Yeah, I
case.
wouldn't either.
If it's someone who is just needing something for home use, I'm doing job searching, I just need to check my emails.
Linux
I
is fine for that.
Linux is great for that. And
Yeah.
we keep a lot of computers that are otherwise not Windows 11 compatible, like we talked about,
Yeah,
but they'll
still
run safely and securely and get updates on Linux. So I don't hate on Linux for general basic user, but people who are more interested in this show are less likely to have a good enough experience on Linux without struggling.
I would say if you're dipping your feet into Linux, uh, VM off the bat.
Yeah.
Virtual machine.
Or get like a side computer, get a
Yeah.
used machine from somewhere like AZ Strut or something. Get 'em used
Shameless plug.
machine. Yeah. And play with it there before you make it your daily driver.
Yeah, I'm
Do not jump in head first if you're kind of a power user. If you really just don't have other devices, you don't have resources, and you're offered a computer with Linux, though, I would say don't look that gift horse in the mouth and say, "Well, this is just, free garbage." It's not.
no,
It
yeah, they
but it's a learning curve.
yeah, it's a learning curve. It's
Yeah.
like almost like when you switch from Windows to Mac.
But if you're most people, what they're doing these days is web-based stuff
Yeah,
anyway.
at
And
that
if
point,
if
you're fine.
90%, sorry, a little gas bubble there. If 90% of what you're doing is web-based anyway, then go Linux. You're safe, you're secure, it's affordable, it lasts longer, the hardware will run better as the operating system ages, the computer doesn't age as fast as a Windows machine
Yeah.
will age. So,
It's
you know,
also probably gonna be, like, 4 times faster.
yeah,
Like,
well,
it's
yeah,
crazy how
it
because
can
even
run
with
fast.
Fedora definitely has its own bloatware running in the
Although it
background.
loads slow when you first load the OS.
When you're, like, installing it
Like
or
when you boot it up. You sit there and
really?
look at the black screen and the text load, and it just
Fedora took a long time to load for you? I feel like it's equivalent to Windows for
I
me.
don't know. I every time I work with Linux, I feel like it's slow getting there, but once it's up and running, it's fine.
That's kinda true, yeah.
Yeah. And then shutting down takes a longer time than it should. It's
Yeah,
weird.
I've definitely noticed that one.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You know what is really nice about that Face ID though? I
Hmm.
will say, it is so nice when I'm in the command line and, like, trying to elevate myself to sudo. It
Oh,
checks for Face ID, it's
through
great.
CLI.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that is cool.
For anything, it checks Face ID.
Okay, that's kinda nice.
Yeah,
But that's not out of the box stuff. It took you a
no, it
long time to configure this thing.
took me probably an hour.
Plus with Howdy.
Yeah, with Howdy,
That's a fun name. All right.
but
We only have enough time for one more subject. We should jump into that now.
okay.
Was
What do you
Apple,
want?
right?
Okay,
Wasn't that
yeah,
the
that's
one
fair,
that you had
that's fair.
loaded too? Or did you have
Okay.
something else?
Well, I had 2 more, but okay, I'll go over this one super fast before we go to
Okay, all
Apple.
right, we got time.
Okay. So talking about OSs, Windows,
Yeah.
have you seen Yellow Key?
What is Yellow Key?
You didn't hear about Yellow Key?
Is this like a Windows 12 beta?
No, 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 no. Yellow Key was a malware, kind of.
Oh, oh.
So this is crazy. You know how we always talk about BitLocker and how it's pretty decent at its
Sure.
job?
Yeah.
Yellow
It
Key,
cracked BitLocker.
oh, dude, it was bad. Yellow Key came out, it's been patched now, which is why we're talking about it.
Okay.
But about a month ago, it was when it was like at its peak.
Yeah.
It was a backdoor that Windows left in to BitLocker, and all you had to do
Oh no.
was download a certain file, put it in your EFI partition, because Windows comes with like 3 or 4
Yeah, there's
partitions
a
by
hidden
default.
partition.
Yeah, you throw it in that EFI partition, lets you in BitLocker,
No.
and you could put it on a flash drive and, like, do some command where it would BitLocker reads the like, that file first.
Yeah.
So you didn't even need the drive to be in the EFI partition, you could do it with a flash drive
Oh
too.
no.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh
'Cause you could
wow.
also do it through, like, recovery options. You just go through a
Yeah.
command line and just, like, do that, and it wasn't that hard to do. I have the file on my flash drive.
Did you try it on a computer to see if it worked?
I tried it recently. They patched it out,
Mm.
but I got a couple of other ones too that were on there.
And BitLocker's been around for a long time,
Well,
so
yeah.
that's a long-lasting
Well, so
vulnerability.
it got me digging into some stuff. I was, like for, like, 2 hours, I was just researching it.
Yeah.
There was another one I don't remember the name of it. It was like Red Sun or something. There's like 6 of them.
Yellow key, red sun,
Mhm.
the whole spectrum
Oh,
here
yeah,
of
yeah.
light. Okay.
Um, that would it was a file you download, and like, the Windows virus would read the file, quarantine it into an admin for some reason. So it would
Oh.
self-elevate it by
Oh no.
quarantining
The
it.
quarantining elevated the privileges, but it's in quarantine. It should be
But
safe.
then it would get kicked out of quarantine because yeah, so you would just it was a self-elevate.
It would get kicked out of quarantine.
So, yeah, it was like a file that
Huh.
when you downloaded it, it purposely flipped itself like, it would get read by malware.
Yeah.
Then when it was the malware would, like or, like, the antivirus built into Windows would, like, do something to it, it would
Yeah.
flip itself again, so that way it's no longer treated as a virus,
Oh, that's genius.
and it would get elevated to an admin. So it was a self-elevate break, but that one's also been patched.
That is genius.
There's, like, 6 of them that I have on a flash drive that are all, like they've been patched, but if you go to older versions of Windows, it's,
Yeah.
like, great.
And that is why we always tell people keep your Windows updated
Yeah.
because
Well, Yellow Key is still, like it'll still work on older like, we're talking it got patched maybe a week ago.
yeah, and well, I mean, my computers all got updated this last weekend, and I'm guessing that's why.
Mhm.
Because this last weekend I was like, all my machines needed an update. I'm like, all right,
BitLocker's a huge one, though.
that is huge.
Yeah.
That is gigantic.
Yeah, 'cause, like, think about the data recovery
Yeah.
purposes, though.
That would be handy. Having that and not using it as malicious, just because like you were talking about, sometimes customers lock themselves out of their
Mhm.
computer, can't get back in, and BitLocker is nigh undecryptable without the
Yeah.
key. I mean, it is seriously good decryption, but that back door,
Yeah, all you do is throw that
whoa,
in the EFI partition, and there you go.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact that it's good encryption.
No, yeah, it's the
It
encryption's
didn't
great.
crack the
It
encryption.
was a backdoor Windows left in.
It was just a back door that went bad. It wasn't the encryption that failed.
It was
So,
more like a backdoor that was discovered.
yeah.
'Cause it's probably been there the whole time.
It had to have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. And BitLocker is not a new game in town
No,
anymore. It's been
there's,
around.
like, a GitHub repo on it,
Wow.
but yeah.
That is insane. All right, if you're listening, check your Windows updates right
You might
now.
wanna do that one,
That is huge.
but, yeah, think about it, 'cause Windows 10, if it's been in there since Windows 10, though
8.
well, yeah, but think about it, 'cause
Probably goes back to Windows 8.
Windows 10, a lot of people don't know how to enroll themselves in end of life,
Yeah.
so if it's BitLocker on there
I just had a customer 2 weeks ago, right before I went to Europe, that had a Windows 8 or Windows 10 computer, and sure enough, they weren't enrolled in the updates, and I was like, "Ooh, this
it's bad,
computer,
yeah.
we need to get you updated ASAP."
Yeah, no, I
So, I
think
got
that
him enrolled, I got him updated, and then I still said, "But you know what? This computer, it needs an update anyway." So, I helped him actually get an actual replacement computer at a decent price anyway. But even then, I was like, "Even if I'm gonna come back tomorrow with a new computer, we're updating your Windows today."
yeah,
It was that bad
yeah, I have that all the
because
time.
it's been since October.
Yeah, it's bad,
It's a
'cause
long time ago.
all those things I'm talking about will still work on one of those,
Yeah. You
so,
gotta update your Windows machines, people.
yeah.
Please, please, if you're listening,
But
get it updated.
you were talking about macOS, the macOS 27 reveal,
Well, no, I was talking
or
about,
what?
well, yeah, sort of, but
'Cause it's
more
part of it.
specifically, though, I wanted to talk about the new Siri AI.
Okay. Siri and Apple Intelligence mixed, and Apple Intelligence is actually useful.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the rollout video and some of the demos on it?
I didn't see the demos, but I saw a bunch of reviews on it. The problem is with Golden Gate, which is their new one, or whatever it's called, it's Golden something, like, all the AI features were broken for some reason.
Well, so our mutual friend has
Okay.
early access developer account.
How did he get that one?
He's just amazing. So
Makes sense.
guess what I did yesterday at lunch? I
No
got to
way.
play with it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Was it good?
Yes. So one of the things that we did is we took a picture of me sitting at the booth. We're having lunch, and we had it remove a guy that was behind me, which is something that you've already had in
Yeah.
Android phones pretty well. You technically had it before in Apple phones, but it was really
That
bad
wasn't good.
before. It did a great job. It was weird because it was against a wall that, like, some restaurants, they'll put text on the
Yeah.
wall. It made up a word that wasn't a word for where the guy was replaced from.
Okay.
But it, like, the font was right, everything looked right, it just wasn't a real word, but that's fine. But one of the cool things, it's very gimmicky, but it's still
I was
cool to
gonna say it's in
see.
beta, so
well, I mean, I don't mean glitchy, I mean gimmicky.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's a cool idea, but when do you really need this? Took a picture of me head on, and he says, "All right, let's readjust this from the angle. Let's change the angle of the photo."
Okay.
So the picture was taken straight on. There's a button he pushed, and then he slided to the side,
Oh, yeah?
and it looked like he now took a picture 2 feet to the side of me.
That's
And then
crazy.
he did the same thing to the other side, got a preview of what it would look like, and then hit okay that. And then it
Did it look pretty?
rendered, and it looked like he was really moved 2 feet over to take a picture of me.
See,
It
that's
was
like
amazing.
'cause I don't think iPhone 15 will ever support, like, base 15, 'cause I think 'cause I'm gonna get the 18 when it drops.
Are you?
Yeah, 'cause I'll have a free phone upgrade by then. I
Oh,
already
yeah,
went
yeah.
and talked to my phone company about it.
Okay, you're getting ready. Good on you,
Yes. So,
yeah.
like, the day it comes out, I'll be one
Yeah,
of those people standing in line.
yeah.
But did you see I guess the 18 is supposed to have, like, 12 gigs of RAM and stuff like
Well,
that.
that's all
It's
speculation at this point.
speculation,
Yeah,
but
Mac
it would make
rumors.
sense if we're going more AI, 'cause I think it's more gonna be, like I don't remember what word you
Yeah.
used one time, but it'll be on device.
Yeah, it'll be edge
Yeah,
AI.
Edge, that's right.
Yeah, and they're gonna have special AI dedicated chips, which, by the way, Mac
Oh,
rumors.
we're missing one. Oh my god, okay,
Go
okay.
ahead, what were you gonna say?
Windows, NVIDIA released. Have you seen that?
Oh, no, no, I haven't. Tell me about this. Well,
You have
let's
okay,
finish
yeah,
up this
yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
finish it, finish it.
So, because of the chip shortage that's been going on, which is getting a little better, but not really,
Yeah.
they're saying that the lowest Pro model, not Pro
Oh, yeah,
Max,
I've
but
seen this.
they're saying it's gonna be like
Yeah.
$1,300 on the low end,
Yeah.
even with the least amount of storage, because the parts are just getting too expensive.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oof, that's a sting."
So,
I might skip this update.
yeah. You have not heard of NVIDIA's newest release
No,
at Computex?
no.
Okay, yes, you were definitely messing like, you were having fun in Europe.
When I went into Europe, I really didn't check the internet. I didn't fill up on news. I didn't know what was going on with like Trump and the Strait of Hormuz.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah, yeah.
wasn't following any of it. It was so
So,
nice.
you haven't heard of NVIDIA Spark?
No, no, what is it?
NVIDIA Spark is crazy.
Is it like
So
an AI platform?
oh, no, 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 no. So, it's a chip.
Oh, okay.
It's a chip that includes CUDA cores.
Okay.
It gets, like, at the high end, like, petaflops
Whoa.
or something like that. It has, like, AI built in. Literally any NVIDIA thing, it has a Blackwell GPU built in, memory built in, and a CPU on one chip.
Built-in memory?
Mhm. It's like unified memory, just like, Mac. It's an
Wow.
ARM-based.
Okay.
So, they're releasing them in the fall, laptops with it, but they're estimated to have 5070 level gaming performance,
Huh.
like, workstation level performance, but they're as thin as a MacBook.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
The graphics card, the
Yeah,
whole card,
yeah,
thin as a MacBook.
basically, yeah.
Well, I mean, that doesn't include the heat sink and the fan,
No,
does
no, no,
it?
it does.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and you're gonna be able to, like, do video editing on it 'cause it has NVIDIA
It's air
software.
cooled, I assume. So that's the heat sink and the fan thickness of a Mac. That is amazing.
Yeah, and it's built for Windows too, so
Wow.
yeah, like, here
Whoa.
yeah, it's
They call
crazy.
it Spark, huh?
NVIDIA Spark,
Well,
yep.
they sparked my attention.
Yeah, here,
Woo.
let's see, I'll see an NVIDIA Spark laptop.
So I missed that when I was in Europe.
Yeah, you missed out.
Jeez. Well, I mean, I missed the Apple rollout thing of this too, but I
Yeah,
just came
so
back to that.
a line of ARM-based super chips combining a 20-core NVIDIA Grace CPU and a Blackwell RTX GPU, plus, like, an NPU on there, of course,
Yeah.
and then, uh, 14 millimeter is the width there,
14 millimeters.
and it
That's
can
pretty small.
yeah, it can go up
Wait,
to
nanometers?
no, millimeters for the laptop's
Oh.
thickness.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That is so
and
thin.
it can go up to 128 gigs of unified memory.
That's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing. I think at the low end, I think the lowest it can go is, like, 32 on one of those chips, and those will be starting out at, like, 1,500.
Okay, that's not
Not as bad as
far.
you think.
That's not far from what the market is doing with other
No,
graphics
yeah,
cards.
not at all, but, like,
Oh, man, well, I wonder what ATI is thinking about all this.
I
The competitors,
yeah.
because I mean, their Radeons have gotta be feeling like dinosaurs after this.
Yeah, if you've seen let's see, I'm trying to find, like, a good one because Asus released some, like, crazy test demos for it.
Yeah.
Asus released some crazy ones, so did I think Acer. Microsoft Surface laptops.
Oh, yeah, because if it's
Yeah,
that thin, they
the
can do.
Surface laptops look crazy.
So these can also be integrated as
Like,
discrete graphics cards into laptops.
that's just like a demo picture for it, but
Man, I gotta say, these Surface laptops,
look nice, huh?
they look like Macs with Windows icon in the
Yeah, I
back.
know.
They look just like a Mac now.
Yeah,
But this might give Windows the boost it needs to catch up. Because right now, these Apple Silicon
they're
MacBooks,
destroying them.
they're awesome.
Like, I have an
Yeah,
M1 chip, which is, like, 6 years old, and then I have a 13th gen CPU, which is, like, 4 years old.
yeah. And the M1 is still,
M1 will still beat it, even
yeah,
with 8 gigs of RAM, whereas I have an i7
yeah.
32 gig laptop.
Any Apple Silicon chip is still rocking it.
Yeah.
They really are. Even the old, I have my computer is an M1. It's an M1 Pro, but it's still an M1, and it's pretty good. Like I am not displeased with
No,
it.
yeah, even my like, the only thing I've noticed on my Mac is the battery. That's literally it.
I haven't had that problem yet,
But
but I have had that with other
it's also
Macs.
been
Yeah.
6 years, and the
Mm,
battery's never been changed, and, I mean, I don't even know if the hardware is actually bad, but I'm just used to Mac battery at this point.
yeah.
Because like, with my Windows laptop, like, 6 hours, whereas with a Mac, like, 18 hours, so
Mm,
it's, like, stupid
that's a
performance.
big
Yeah.
difference. Yeah.
But so that's what kinda what those ARM chips are expected to have is a longer
Yeah.
battery life too.
Yeah, I mean, Windows has always been what we call CISC, which is complex instruction
Yeah,
set, which is like that style. And then ARMs have always been RISC, that reduced instruction set. And this is really nerdy, heady stuff. But the RISC style, reduced style, is the kind that's meant for like focus on one thing at a time more efficiently. Whereas the Windows RISC style is the desktop's, a diverse way of handling a lot of different types of commands simultaneously.
yeah,
And that has been the way to go. These Intel processors, the AMD processors, they all use
and
that
then,
style.
when Mac switched to M1, they kind of founded that, like,
Right.
pioneered
Well, I
that.
mean, it's been around for a while because
Snapdragon,
smartphones have
yeah,
been on,
ARM,
yeah, ARM, and those are all RISC. Those are all reduced instruction set, right? They're more streamlined. But they've been able that's what makes them be able to process at high speeds. But CISC was better. The complex system was better for a long time with
yeah,
multiple cores and all that stuff, but once Apple really got going with making their own chips with the iPhones, that's really what made it happen. And then they said we can make the same thing work at a larger scale with our Apple Silicon on the MacBooks. When they did that,
mhm,
that was a proof of concept that now full-on PCs don't need these CISC
yeah, and
complex instruction sets anymore. They can move on to use that RISC. And I think right now we are seeing a renaissance of RISC style computing.
I think we're also seeing is which kinda sucks for repairability, but performance-wise is great.
The integration.
Think they're gonna start moving into unified memory
Yeah.
with everything, which sucks for repairability, because if you wanna upgrade your
Or
memory,
if your RAM goes bad, the whole
yeah,
MOBO is shot.
your MOBO is
You can't
shot.
just swap out the
No.
RAM. You can't upgrade it. You can't swap it out. You can't replace it. It's an all or nothing deal.
Yeah.
And that's a double-edged sword,
You get,
you
like,
know?
way faster speeds, but
Yeah. And then the price. Like what you used to be able to do is buy a really good MacBook, but spec it down a little bit
and
and
then
add
just
your own
yeah,
RAM for like
can't do
a
that anymore.
fraction of the price.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, if you don't order with that much RAM in there, it will never have that much RAM. You can
Yeah.
never upgrade that RAM. It's stuck.
Same with storage, which sucks,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think NVIDIA Spark. Because
Well,
imagine, like, one of those little surfaces and you're getting
yeah.
50, 70 level
But like
performance.
with an M.2, with a high speed M.2 hard drive
Yeah.
or not hard drive, solid state drive, it doesn't matter if it's integrated or on that removable chip.
It's
You'll get the same performance.
well, I think technically it's faster if it's on the board,
Not
but,
by
like, not
much.
much. It's like it's
Right.
kinda like DDR5.
Yeah.
Like, DDR5, you can pull, what,
Oh, it's
7?
something
It's
like
like
that.
7,000 in a DIMM slot,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it's like 8,000 on the board or 9,000,
Even then, it's nominal, I think.
and it's like, I'd rather take the
Right.
upgradability than
Right. And so I wish that some laptops are still holding on to that, and I love that because I think it's better for repairability and upgradability and a lot of other reasons. But it is going away more and more, And I like it and I don't. The other thing I do like about it though is because of our industry at AZ Strut, we refurbish and recycle a lot of devices, and data security is huge to us.
Mhm.
So we're always wiping data and everything like
Yeah, it
that.
makes it a pain.
But some people, because they're worried about their data security, they'll take out the drives before they donate a device to us. Or sometimes people don't know that RAM does not retain data.
Oh,
And so I've had people donate devices to us thinking that they're saving their security by removing their RAM before they donate a device. So we'll get a laptop with no drive in it, which is fine. I mean, we'd love to have the drive because we're going to wipe it for you. We're going to make sure your data is secure
yeah,
before it's used. But that's fine. I'd rather get the device without a drive than no device at all. Like if
yeah.
those are my options. But they don't leave the RAM in sometimes, and that drives me nuts. But if it's a unified one, they can't do that.
Well,
If we get the device, it has the RAM, it has the storage, they can't remove it. So we're guaranteed that we have a working device with all the components we need.
yeah,
So in a way, I'm for it also in a, it's hard to say.
yeah. It's painful,
Yeah.
but well, I think we just hit our mark.
We did. We got a note from our producer. He basically said, "You talk too much, keep it down."
I know he did tell you that, huh?
Yeah. Which is, I've been hearing that my whole life. I grew up hearing that. I'm not kidding. When I was like 12 years old, for Christmas one year, my siblings pooled together and got me a t-shirt that said, "Help, I'm talking and I can't shut up."
Sounds about right.
That was my t-shirt gift for my siblings for Christmas one year, which I wore that shirt with pride, by the way. I don't know where it went, but I often get that note a lot in life.
Probably turned into dust.
Maybe I was born to be on the air and, have gigs like this because I just always keep talking.
Yeah, I don't even think it matters who's in this chair. I feel like it could be a brick wall.
I could host like an 8-hour marathon and still go.
Yeah, I can see
You've been in my class. I never stop talking.
Yeah, this is true. To be
But
fair, neither do I.
no, yeah, tell me about it. Yeah. But anyway, at least what I say is always gold.
Sure.
Always gold.
Yeah, definitely.
Never an exception to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
not at all.
My daughter texted me today. She said, "I'm watching the Gilmore Girls, and they had a funny joke, but then they explained the joke in the show, and it made the joke not funny anymore. Made me think of you." I'm
Aw.
like, "Oh, thank you."
That's so nice to see from your daughter.
Well, at least she was thinking of me. I'll take that as a compliment.
There you go.
It's something. All right, well, that does it for us today. Thank you to our underwriters and supporters, such as AZ Strut, Arizona Students Recycling Used Technology, who makes a good portion of this show possible, not only donating my time and allowing me to come here on the clock, but also underwriting support, help support the radio station. We've donated equipment, talent, time,
Talent's debatable.
refurbishing. Well, there are other talents in play besides me.
Oh, I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
other people do great.
Thank you.
Another co-host might be nice.
You're worse than my daughter. All right. Well, that's it for another exciting edition of the iTech Show. Thanks again for joining us. I have been Jared Bodine.
I'm Asher Ridenauer.
And we'll see you on the next episode.